Hey guys, it's Coach again, out here on the range on a nice spring day. Today we've got another edition of our 5-minute fix series. What we'll be going over is high ready, low ready, and our basic drill. The basic drill is just a good place to start with so that you can start developing some good situational awareness, and as you work through it, it's a good base to start with to go on to malfunction drills and reloads and everything else. So let's get to it. First position here is going to be high ready. This is where you're going to come to after you've done your draw. You might have dealt with something or you're getting ready to do something. High ready works best when you're not worried about a second deck or pointing the gun at anybody that's up there. And also, if you're in close, if something jumps out at you, you've got something here to smash back with, right? To get somebody off you. You have more control. Low ready, which is taught, and you see it on TV and all that, but this is a really bad idea, especially in close. Because if somebody comes around a corner, they can just pin this gun down, and I can't do anything about it. So we go with a modified low ready. You still got that 45-degree angle, but we're just going to bring the gun up here. Your grip is still the same, but the gun is pointed at 45 degrees. Now some people will say, well, that looks like Sul. Well, Sul, which means south in Portuguese, is a porting movement, right? So it's for when you don't want to point this gun at anybody and you're just trying to move through a crowd. This is a low ready. You're ready to take that shot. So we're at we're at 45 degrees and we just punch out from there, right? But this gives me something. So in close, let's say there's an overhead, so I don't want to be pointing my gun up. I can bring it down like this. I'm still pointing into the deck, but if somebody's close, I've got something up here I can poke them with if I can't shoot them. All right, so it gives you more than this is just a standard low ready. Just a bad idea. All right, so when we start off, we'll just go from high ready. We have a basic drill, and normally it's 2 shots with a scan. So we're going to come out, and we're just going to do this dry. All right, so I'm lined up. I'm looking. My head is up and normal. I'm not moving my head over. Everything stays the same. But as I present, the front sight is just pushing straight out to the target. All right, straight out to the threat. I'm just going to punch out here. My head doesn't move. My arms are the only thing that's going to move. And I punch out. Once I'm out here, my finger can go on the trigger. I take my shots. Bang, bang. I'm assessing every time. So I squeeze the trigger, reset the trigger, be ready to shoot again. If he's still moving or he still needs to be addressed again, then I can just squeeze that shot off again. Bang, 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 as many times as it takes. Each time, resetting that trigger and finding that sight picture and tracking the target. Whether he's tracking to the ground or he's tracking sideways, you can still track him the same way. Now, once you're done and he's down, that threat has been dealt with, your finger's going to come off the trigger and you're just going to scan over a little bit to either side. When you do this on a range to practice one target over, or say 5-10 degrees, all this is doing is giving you that, okay, you're looking for your next target, okay, your next potential threat. Now, the reason I want you to take your finger off the trigger is if you leave your finger on the trigger and you sweep over there and you see a flash, your reflexes are going to be to squeeze that trigger. And by taking your finger off the trigger, it gives your brain a chance to catch up with your reflexes, because it may not be something that you want to shoot, right? So we don't want to shoot anybody or anything that we don't want to, right? So that's a little insurance there. Okay, so I've taken my shots, done my scan, and I'm going to come back to high ready. Now, I'm not pointing the gun at anybody anymore, so now I can look and check my surroundings and see what else is going on. Now, this isn't range theatrics. I'm not jumping to imaginary cover. I'm not just taking 2 shots and then moving. There's nothing along those lines. The whole idea behind this is you will naturally get tunnel vision on your threat. But if you practice this, you're going to get that tunnel vision for the shot, and then you're going to automatically bring yourself out of it if you've trained to it. If you don't, you might get stuck there. You might be like, oh my God, that was like the weirdest thing that's ever happened. Oh crap, I can't believe that just happened. And you're stuck there. You need to get out of there and be able to see if there's any other threats. And then once you've broken it down. Now, as I'm moving here, I'm moving my sight picture. My sights are on, eyes are on my sights as I move. Once I've broken it down here, now I can take my eyes off the sights and look around and see what's going on and make that good decision on what I'm going to do next. Okay, let's talk about the trigger squeeze and we'll go live. So what we're looking at here, when your finger goes on the trigger, you're going to take the slack out and be ready to shoot. That's what we call the wall. Now we're going to add pressure, and then I'm resetting as soon as I possibly can. I'm ready to shoot again because my sight is back on target. So as many times as that target needs to be addressed, I can address it. I'm ready to shoot every time. What we don't want to see is this, where you're going to go and just slap the trigger, or you start here and go. I see that all the time. Slack out. Just get every striker fire pistol, every trigger's a little bit different, but take a slack out, add pressure, and then reset, be ready to shoot again. I'm resetting and I'm finding that sight picture back on target again. Each time, resetting. So the drill live, we're going to start off with high ready. Get your good stance. Again, lined up that front sight with the target, and as I press out, finger goes on the trigger, I'm going to take 2 shots. Resetting the trigger each time and finding my sights again. All right, good sight picture over the threat. Now, he's down, so I'm going to take my finger off the trigger, and I'm just going to scan. I'm just using my knees, keeping my chest squared as I move. Just one to either side, and then back to make sure he's down again. And I'm going to bring it back to high ready. Now, when I'm at high ready, low ready, however I want to be, okay, once I'm back here, my eyes don't have to be on the sights anymore, so I can look around and see what's going on, get your situational awareness. That's the basic drill, guys. And from there, you can go, all right, we're going to do the basic drill from the holster. You can do the basic drill and shoot once, twice, 3 times, or have your buddy stand there and yell threat until the threat's ended. Just so we don't get into too many habits. We don't want range habits here or range theatrics. But the idea is tunnel vision and then actively work your way out of that tunnel vision. And once you've got this base and you've done this a bunch of times, now you can start adding malfunction drills, reloads, everything to it. And just you have that good idea of you're going to take your shots and then check. You're not just here hammering out, more ammo. You want to train as close to the way the situation's going to be. Now, what's that situation? I don't know. So we just got to be trained, be ready. So you're going to take that shot, reset the trigger, find that sight picture again, be ready to shoot again. Once you don't have to shoot again, finger comes out, scan left to right, back to center, come back to high ready, check your buddies, drill's over. And then work on more techniques from there. Okay guys, so there it is. You got your high ready, your low ready, done properly, and your basic drill. Run through these, give it a try, like, subscribe, give me a comment, tell me how you're doing with it. And if you think we've earned it, go ahead and visit our Patreon page. Every dime that we get there is much appreciated, and it all goes back into the channel. And until next time, train hard, stay ready.